Hello, it's Monika from Crafting with Qulling Lady and welcome back to my channel. It is the 5th of September, which means it is time for hashtag FFC Challenge 2023. In September, we're going to create a never-ending card. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you step by step how to create a 6 by 6 inches never-ending card with no cutting dies. If you've never ever created that fancy fold, this video is for you. I'm going to draw some measurements so you can take a screenshot and follow along. So first I'm going to need 6 by 6 inches white card, and I do encourage you to get a thicker one because that will be the base of our card. For my project, I'm going to use 300 GSM white card from Crafter's Companion, and I like it especially for fancy folds. Now I'm going to measure 1.5 on each of the sides, and we're going to create 4 squares, one in each corner, which is super simple. And to do this card, you can use your scoring board or you can also use a trimmer. And that's exactly what I'm going to do to create my project. And I'm going to show you step by step how to do it. So as you can see, we need a small square in each of the corner, and they all measure 1.5 of an inch. Now we're going to join those squares here to create diagonal lines, and that will be our cut line. Here you can see all the measurements, and then you can take a screenshot. Later on, I'm also going to draw some mats and layers for all the elements. So this is ready, so we can create our card base. So I've got my trimmer from Craft Stash, and I absolutely love it. Using the scoring tool here, I'm going to measure 1.5 of an inch on each of the sides to create small squares. And to be honest, this trimmer is perfect because you also have that measurement at the top ruler, which is super easy to follow. So as you can see, this is so quick to create, and if you've never ever created that never-ending card, I really hope you'll give it a go. So when these squares are ready, I'm not really sure if you can see it in the camera, but in real life you can see it. So now it is time for a cutting mat, and we're going to create those 2 diagonal lines, and I'm going to need a craft knife. So now you have to be super careful. So I'm going to join those 2 squares from corner to corner, and then I'm going to create another cut here, and our card base is ready. Super quick and simple, right? At the top left corner, I didn't really cut through it, so I'm going to use my craft knife again and cut it. Super simple. And then it will be time to fold and burnish all those small squares. And this way we're going to have that beautiful never-ending card. Have you ever seen never-ending cards? If you haven't, oh my gosh, that hashtag FFC Challenge 2023 hosted by Monika, PaperMona is such an amazing challenge because every single month we create a different fancy fold. So if you want to see all the other never-ending cards for September, click that hashtag and you will see the videos. Also, at the end of this video and in the description down below, I'm going to leave a video from Monika and Christine. So as you can see, now it will be time to draw some mats and layers to decorate the card. So for all those squares, we're going to need 8 of mats, and they will measure 1.25 of an inch. And then using a design paper, they will be 1 inch square. And then to create that beautiful border on all the elements here, we're going to need a square, and that will measure 4 inches by 4 inches. And we're going to cut it exactly in half. And I'm going to show you step by step how to create that, let's say, 5-sided shape, which is super easy. So now I'm going to use my trimmer again from Craft Stash, and I'm going to cut exactly in the middle here. Super quick and simple because you do have that line on the trimmer. So I'm going to use my blade, and when this is ready, then I'm going to show you how to cut that triangle to actually get that 5-sided shape. So now I'm going to do some 2 cuts, one from the top and one from the bottom. And as you can see, this is super simple to create so far. So first we need that square 4 by 4 inches, and then we're going to cut it in half and then cut the sides 1.5 of an inch. So, as you can see, I've got my trimmer and I'm going to put it along the long side and I'm going to place it at 1.5 of an inch, then cut it, rotate it 180 degrees and cut it again 1.5 of an inch. And I'm going to show you that one more time. And then we're going to create the design paper element. So again, it is 1.5, turn it 180 degrees, and again, it's 1.5 of an inch. So now we've got that five-sided shape will be perfect for this card. So when this is ready, then you have to choose some design papers. And to decorate my card, I'm going to use one of the best collections ever. However, at this point, I decided to cut all of those to 2 3/4. So as you can see, I do have all those measurements on my trimmer here, and you have to do it. It's 2 3/4. So put it on the left-hand side, then measure 2 3/4 and cut the excess. It is such a small element, but it really makes a difference. So as I told you, I'm going to decorate my card using the new collection, and this one is from Relatively Thoughtful. It is such a beautiful one, and I thought that would be perfect because autumn is coming. So I'm going to need a square 3.5 of an inch by 3.5 of an inch. And again, I'm going to cut it in half, and then I'm going to cut it 1 1/4 on each of the sides. So now you can take a screenshot of my measurements and you can keep them to create your own never-ending card. So here are the design papers I decided to work with today. And next week, I'm going to have a video on my channel showing you the whole collection, so stay tuned for that. So now it is time to cut that square exactly in half using my trimmer from Craft Stash. And if you're interested in any of the products I use in today's video, you can check the description down below. And as I told you, this hashtag FFC Challenge 2023 is hosted by Monika. And every single 5th of the month, we're going to show you a different fancy fold. If you want to take part in it, all the information is in the description down below. And it is for fun, which means you can try it and then you can share it on our Facebook group, which I also left in the description down below. So if you want to create a never-ending card, I can tell you that Christine and Monika also have absolutely stunning tutorials, so please check them out as well. And I also left the links in the description down below for those tutorials. So now it will be time to decorate our card. So I'm going to put all those beautiful design papers on the brown panels. And I think that brown really works well with that autumn collection. If you like it, please let me know in the comments down below. If you've seen never-ending cards or infinity cards, what shape was it? I really like that 6 by 6 inches because it will go flat in the envelope. But actually, I'm not going to give that to the recipient in that way. I'm going to fold it a little bit. So then the recipient has to move it to discover the sentiment, which I'm going to show you that later on. And I think that beautiful leaf backgrounds, they work so well with the colorful backgrounds in that collection. If you agree with me, please let me know in the comments down below. And if you haven't joined our Facebook group, please consider doing it because every single month amazing crafters create beautiful projects. So now it will be time to decorate all the other sides. And to be honest, I left all the squares to the very end because I thought they're just so easy to create. So now I decided to add a little bit of pink. Whenever you think about autumn, pink doesn't really come first to your mind, but I thought, why not? Let's make this card even more special. So now, as you can see, we can fold it again and add those 5-sided shapes here as well. And I'm using my liquid glue because it gives me that time to maneuver the elements if I make a mistake. And it dries clear so no one will ever see if I made a mistake. So now, as you can see, those panels are ready and we actually have here like a square. That's why I really like this never-ending card, which is 6 by 6 inches in the end. So now it will be time to decorate it with some other elements, and in this case we need all those 8 squares. So as you can see, here is the measurement again. So the brown card is going to measure 1¼ by 1¼ of an inch. And then the design paper will be 1 inch square. And again, I'm going to use my liquid glue. If you want, you can also use some double-sided tape, and that will be perfectly fine. However, I do prefer to have that liquid glue because I do have that wiggle room. And when these are ready, I'm going to put them on a card. And at this point, I thought I really like it, but is there a way I can make this card even more special? And I have to say that in that Autumn Passions collection, from Relatively Thoughtful, we also get a massive amount of elements to fussy cut. And to be honest, I fussy cut quite a lot of them, which you will see in a moment. And whenever I do it, I always keep it in a zipped bag together with the collection. So this way, if I want to create a quick project, I've got all the elements ready. And I do encourage you to do exactly the same whenever you have beautiful collections. And here you also have some sentiments, and I use that sending you warm hugs because I thought that would be perfect for the beginning of autumn. And in that collection you also have some, let's say, autumn fairies, and I think this one is just so cute and gorgeous. So yes, let's put her on our card. And with that green color there is so much contrast. Now it is time to adhere the sentiment, and as I told you, in that collection there are beautiful elements to fussy cut, amazing leaves and flowers as well. So now it will be time to decorate that pink panels here. I really like that collection, as I told you, and next week on a Thursday I'm going to have a video with the full collection so you can check it out. So now it is time to put some leaves, and I decided to have, let's say, sort of a symmetry, because never-ending cards are actually all about symmetry, so we can see the same shapes on the left and on the right side. That's why I decided to use those leaves and follow the color pattern. However, as you can see, every single leaf is slightly different, because I really wanted to have that contrast here at the same time. So now the cut is complete, and please let me know what do you think about this. I really hope you'll feel inspired and create your own never-ending cut. And if you do, don't forget to use that hashtag FFC Challenge 2023 and put it on your social media. So what do you think about the color palette I used to create this card? At the end of this video, you can also see some beautiful cuts by Christine and Monika. So in September, we create a never-ending card. For the next one, check the description down below. So here you can see those beautiful tutorials as well. I really hope you'll feel inspired and create your own version, and I can't wait to see it. Have a wonderful day and see you in my next video on Thursday. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting!